December 15th is just around the corner, and that is the official start of NBA trade season. That's when free agents that sign deals in the summer can officially be traded. And right now, the trade rumors surrounding the Knicks are officially on fire, and we're going to keep you up to date all year long throughout the season. If the Knicks make a trade, we're going to break it down. We put out videos every single day on the latest Knicks news and rumors. So if you're looking for a one-stop shop on YouTube to keep you up to date with the Knicks, go down right now, hit that big red button. The Knicks are in trade season already. We got big reports coming from Adrian Wojnarowski. We got Fred Katz of The Athletic and Ian Begley talking about trades that the New York Knicks could make. We're going to break that all down on today's show. And welcome into today's show. You're watching New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. We're going to break down what Woj said, and then we'll break down the reports that the Knicks are shopping Cam Reddish, Immanuel Quickley, Evan Fournier, and Derrick Rose. We got a loaded show today, so sit down, lock us in, and let's roll. This is what Woj had to say about the New York Knicks prior to the ESPN game last night of the Knicks and the Hawks. Woj said, you go back to September 1st, when Cleveland made that trade for Donovan Mitchell. This may haunt this Knicks regime until the end. That was a player who wanted to be in New York, and they were within shouting distance of getting a deal done, but they didn't. And New York's hope was that the amount of first-round picks they have and their young players would help to get them back a star, a big player in a trade. But as the Knicks found out, players like Donovan Mitchell do not become available very often. And that's the challenge for the Knicks right now. Who is the next big player that becomes available? The Knicks will be watching Chicago. Is Zach LaVine a player who before the trade deadline possibly could become available? He certainly isn't right now. This isn't the first time that ESPN has linked Zach LaVine to the New York Knicks. We did a video last week when we had the reports that the Knicks were monitoring the Chicago Bulls situation. Zach LaVine was benched a couple of weeks ago, was upset about it, talked to the media. The Bulls are terrible. They're not a good team right now. They only have 2 first-round picks in the next 3 years, one of those being a very heavily protected first-round pick that comes from the Portland Trail Blazers. So they really only have 1 premium pick in the next 3 years. They're capped out. They have nowhere to go except down because that roster and that team without Lonzo Ball certainly isn't going up. But when it comes to Zach LaVine, it matters what the package is if a trade's going to happen. Pause. I know that sounded super sus, but you know what I mean. I'll give you what I would offer for Zach LaVine in a second, but I think it is noteworthy to see how much money this guy is making right now. He's 27 years old right now. He'd hit free agency in the summer of 2027. He'd be 31 years old right there. So he probably has one more big contract in him, but look, 37, 40, 43, 45, 48, 49. This is about 31% of your team's cap. Do you want to be paying that much money for a guy like LaVine, who's a baller, no doubt about it? He's a 50, 40, 90 guy in the NBA. He can score from 3. He can score from mid-range. He's a highlight waiting to happen. Defense doesn't really bring it on that side of the court, but he is a good scorer. Is that what the Knicks want right now? Let's see what the Knicks could offer in a trade. We know that the Knicks have a bunch of picks coming up, potentially 4 first-round picks in 2023. We'll break those down in a second. They have 1 first-round pick in 2024, 2 firsts in 2025, and 11 first-round picks in the next 7 years. They have 8 tradable first-round picks right now. The reason I have this little asterisk right here next to 4 first-round picks, it's because those picks are heavily protected, and this is what they look like. The Mavericks' top 10 protected pick is owned by the New York Knicks, meaning if it's pick 11 and up, the Knicks will get the pick. If it's at 10 and under, Dallas will maintain the pick. The pick will probably convey to the New York Knicks unless Luka Doncic gets hurt for the season. I doubt that this pick right here by the Detroit Pistons will convey for the Knicks. They'll probably roll over into 2024. Then at some point down the line, it goes into 2 second-round picks. This Wizards pick is sneaky. The Wizards are playing pretty well right now. They've been up and down, but they could definitely be a team that makes the playoffs. And if they do, the Knicks will get this pick. Then they would have the Wizards pick, the Mavs pick, and their own pick, potentially 3 first-round picks this year. So let's talk about maybe what a trade would look like. I'm not a guy that really wants to go all in on a Zach LaVine trade, but I would do it for the right package. And honestly, this is the only package I would offer for a guy like Zach LaVine. I'll give you Evan Fournier. I'll give you Derrick Rose. I'll give you Cam Reddish and 3 first-round picks. But only one of those first-round picks is an unprotected pick from the New York Knicks. Those other 2 picks, I'm not giving you my pick. I'll give you that Milwaukee Bucks pick in 2025 that the Knicks have. If you want that Washington pick, you can have it. If you want that Pistons pick, you can have it. I honestly would be cool with giving up the Dallas Mavericks pick as well, but I'd only give you 1 Knicks pick, and then I would give you 2 of the heavily protected picks that we have right now. Zach LaVine, Evan Fournier, Derrick Rose, and Cam Reddish. The salaries work out, so it works in the trade machine. But I want to ask you guys real quick right now. Would you make this trade if you were Leon Rose? Honestly, I would, for the simple fact that you're giving up pretty much nothing. We're already looking to trade Fournier, Rose, and Reddish. All you're giving up at this point is draft picks, which the Knicks have a bunch of draft picks. They have 11 first-round picks in the next 7 years. Take away 3 of them, you still got 8 first-round picks in the next 7 years, You have 11 in 7 years. You take 3 away. That's 8. That's math. I'm not that good at that. The point is, even if you trade 3 first-round picks, the Knicks would still have a bunch at their disposal. So I'll ask you right now, would you make this trade? Go ahead in the comment section. Type A for accept. Type D for decline. I would do it, but I'm not going out and seeking this trade. This isn't one that's on the highest of my priority list. I want you to go out down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. I want to tell you guys about today's sponsor, and that being Fetch. Go to chatsports.com/Fetch. Download the app. It's free, number one. So help out the channel. Download the app. Treat yourself to what you want. Download it now. When you use the code CHAT, you get 5,000 bonus points for absolutely no charge. What do you do with those bonus points? You redeem those points for gift cards. How do you get bonus points? You take a picture of every receipt that you get from any store. It could be online. It could be in person. You can set up a digital spot to where your emails track your receipts and attach it to your Fetch account. Get a receipt. Take a picture of it and build up bonus points. That way you can get closer and closer to getting a gift card. It's free. Everyone gets receipts. Costs nothing to get a receipt except for what you're buying. So you're getting it already. Take advantage of it with Fetch. Snap a picture of it and you'll get the bonus points. It's America's favorite reward app, and it turns your receipts into free gift cards, and you could do it for online purchases too. That's chatsports.com/Fetch. Put that link in your browser. It's in the comments and description of today's show. You can just click on it, download the app. Make sure you use code CHAT to get 5,000 bonus points. Whether you're shopping at Target, Walmart, grocery shopping, or even your local mom and pop store, you can earn reward points by scanning your receipts with Fetch. You can also connect your Amazon account and your email to earn points on all your e-receipts. Use my link to download. That is chatsports.com/Fetch, and enter promo code CHAT at sign up for 5,000 bonus points. It's easy. The screen says it. All you do is literally take a picture of your receipt. You can start to build up bonus points and get free gift cards in return. It's one of my favorite apps out there. I use it every single day. I used to say, I don't want that receipt. Throw that piece in the trash. Now I say, give me that, and I snap a picture of it, and I start to rack up Fetch points so I can get those gift cards that I'm going to use to get my parents and some siblings some holiday gifts. Chatsports.com/Fetch. So we had Woj talking about Zach LaVine. Then we had Ian Begley, The Athletic, and the New York Daily News talking about trade rumors that involve Immanuel Quickley, Cam Reddish, Derrick Rose, and Evan Fournier. The trade rumors are really starting to heat up around the New York Knicks right now. I think this front office had a realization that this team is not going to compete in the playoffs currently as constructed, and they're either A, trying to clear salary cap space, B, trade some of these young players like Reddish and IQ onto Fournier to dump them for salary cap space, or get future draft capital, or C, make a move in a blockbuster trade. This is what Fred Katz of The Athletic had to say. He said the Knicks have been active on trade calls leading up to December 15th. League sources said the most common players they have discussed with other teams are Immanuel Quickley, Evan Fournier, Derrick Rose, and Cam Reddish. Then Ian Begley backdoored Fred Katz's report and says, it seems like this rotation is here to stay, the 9-man rotation with McBride in, Derrick Rose out, Cam Reddish out, Evan Fournier out. You can expect to hear those players' names come up in trade rumors. December 15th is just around the corner. We talked about it at the top of the show. That's the first date where trade season officially kicks off in the NBA because you can trade a guy. I'm not saying they will, like Jalen Brunson or Isaiah Hartenstein that signed a deal in free agents. Free agents are now available to be traded once December 15th comes. I thought this report was also pretty interesting. The New York Knicks and Cam Reddish and his representatives of Clutch Sports are working on a trade. It's so disappointing that Cam Reddish is not in this rotation. He deserves to be. He's earned it. He's one of the players with the most upside on this team. He's just not a Tom Thibodeau guy, and that's what sucks because he's a New York Knick, and he should be, and he's a guy that has potential. I think can make this team better down the line. But this is what the New York Daily News and Stephen Bondi reported, saying less than a year after acquiring Cam Reddish for a first-round pick, the Knicks still don't have a role for the young wing and are working with his representatives towards a trade. And I thought that was interesting. And then Ian Begley backdoored that report one more time and said the Knicks and Lakers are in trade talks, and he reported that the Lakers are interested in Cam Reddish. I think it's funny that all these reports are being doubled and tripled down by other beat reporters that cover the New York Knicks. What does that tell you? Where there is smoke, there is fire, and a trade is coming for the New York Knicks. According to Ian Begley, these are the teams that are interested in Cam Reddish. He listed the Lakers, he listed the Miami Heat, and he listed the Milwaukee Bucks. Why the Lakers? Because it's LeBron James and it's Clutch Sports. Why the Miami Heat? Because they are the, what do I want to call this, Coop? You go to the Heat and you revitalize your career. The Spoelstra, Riley, you go there, your career is going to get back on track. Why the Milwaukee Bucks? Because they're a damn good basketball team and they know where talent is, and that is exactly what Cam Reddish is. He's a guy with talent. He would help all of these guys out right now. And it's just frustrating. I'm upset that Cam Reddish is going to be on the move. We'll talk about that more, but we do have some news that I wanted to get to. Good stuff here, Coop. Knicks forward Obi Toppin is expected to be reevaluated in 2 to 3 weeks after imaging today on his left knee. Toppin has averaged 7.7 points in 17 minutes a game. He left the game earlier yesterday against the Atlanta Hawks, did not return. Woj put out a late report last night. Then he put this out, I guess, just a couple of minutes ago. Shout out to producer Coop making this happen on the fly. Obi Toppin is expected to be reevaluated in 2 to 3 weeks after having an MRI on his knee. Guys, I appreciate everyone tuning in, but I want to let you know, here on Knicks Now by Chat Sports, we're going to keep you up to date on every rumor, on every trade idea, every news thing that comes out during NBA trade season. So if you haven't yet, maybe you didn't sub at the beginning of the video, maybe you're still watching right now, change it. Go down right now, hit that big red button, because the season is here. We're in full swing. We do watch parties every single game. We do videos every single day. And with the trade season here, nobody's going to cover it better than we do. Appreciate everyone that tuned in. If you made it this far in the video, go ahead and type real one